To the Grubhub, Doordash, or any other food delivery employees, what is the strangest scenario you have had with an order? I was delivering to a couple 2 pizzas, and they were arguing like crazy. Throwing speep crazy. As per COVID rules for my job, I stepped back and watched the man grab the pizza and drop a rather large wad of cash on the pizza bag. He shut the door pretty quick, and while I grabbed the bag and the cash, a plate crashed on the door with the lady screaming, "That's the kinda speep I'm talking about." Bro, I ran. I wonder if they ordered the pizza before or after they started arguing. I once had the person I was delivering to meet me in the restaurant's parking lot. This was the very early stages of COVID, so indoor dining was banned, and it was also a very popular restaurant, so the line was long as speep. I made 13 off a really easy delivery, so I'm not complaining. A grown man who insisted that I refer to him as Snow White. He tipped pretty good though. I'd take the money and say thanks Snow White and get back in my car. I used to deliver for Domino's and was delivering during a night with freezing rain, so it was very slick. I get to this one house with a steep driveway with no way I could drive up. I tried multiple ways to walk up the driveway and even on the grass, but would only make it a few feet. So I call the customer and explain the issue, and they come out with a rope and I tie the pizza bag to it. So they pull it up the driveway, take the pizza, and put the cash in the bag with a nice tip. I love that they have a driveway rope handy. I used to deliver pizzas, and one time I arrived at a house at the same time as a driver from another pizza place. We looked at each other confused for a secretary before we went to the door. Turns out they had some people over, and one of the people there really liked one restaurant over the other. So much so that they ordered a separate pizza. Undefined. Had that happen to me too, except it was 3 different companies. The customers made bets on who would make it there first. It was pretty funny. They tipped all of us well. I was the first on scene. I drive for Uber Eats, and one time someone ordered Freshly, a healthy food / vegan place, and I saw that the order was 8 small bags of chips. Not even anything off their menu. Just 8 bags of chips. Then while I was on my way to deliver it, they messaged me twice in the app. The first time they said please, and the second message was be careful. To this day I have no idea what was going on, or why they didn't go buy chips from the convenience store near their house. Lol reminds me of a time I had to pick up a single 2L Pepsi from a convenience store on the opposite end of town as the customer's house. There were plenty of other convenience stores open and online within a 1-kilometer radius of the guy's house. I guess Pepsi from 14 kilometers away tastes better because he tipped well. My boyfriend and I used to do grocery delivery. One time I had a woman order 33 oranges. Another time, he had someone order 24 jars of vanilla frosting. The store didn't even have enough vanilla frosting in stock to complete the order. Then 1 week later, we saw that the same man placed another order for 20 more jars of vanilla frosting. Vanilla frosting is a terribly delicious snack if you hate life. Okay, but 20 jars in a week. This man is suicidal if he's eating it. I'm praying he's a lazy cake decorator mayo. We should not assume this man wasn't having sex with those jars of frosting. I picked up 26 chocolate chip cookies from McDonald's. The manager was pissed. Worked at McDonald's. Those peeps come frozen and only take 2 minutes in the oven. I worked for a delivery company about 6 years ago. I got an order for a single cigar. Total cost of goods about $3. Delivery fee $13.50. He lived way the hell out in the Bonnies. He also tipped my like 10. Turns out he was drunk and delivery fee is less than a DUI. Hey man, say what you wanna say, but he was being responsible. A guy I worked with had a delivery where the customer said to knock on the door and say food's here bitch or no tip. A couple weeks ago I had a customer pay in change. No big deal. Happens sometimes. The weird part is that all the change wasn't in a bag, an envelope. Nope. It was a vinyl glove. There was also a silver dollar in the change too. The delivery instructions were to beat on the door, like you're the cops, and then roar like a T-Rex to scare my kids. I did this, but a small extremely confused lady answered the door. Apparently the husband had written those instructions for a prior delivery and had not realized delivery instructions copy over to the next delivery if not deleted. What was the elderly woman's response? I blurted out it said to do that before she could say anything. Then she laughed. Many years ago I was a driver for Pizza Hut. We had someone place an order. Their home address was saved to our system, but in the notes it said to deliver it to a hotel literally down the road from said home address. So I go to the hotel, knock on the door, and a dude dances in his boxers with a girl in bed peeking around to see who was at the door. 99% sure I walked into an affair encounter. 99% sure I walked into an affair encounter. It happens. I worked at a chain restaurant in high school. This guy came in. Someone said he was some lawyer like 20 minutes away. Next town over. Him, cute girl, 40-ish bill, 10 tip, all is well. Next week I walk up to a table, and it's him, with an older woman and a kid. I recognized him. He seemed a little shocked. I go to get their drinks, and he runs up behind me. Hey. Here's 20. Make no mention of last week. Exclamation mark. Sorter delivery. I dropped off porta potties for a while. I pulled up to some farmhouse out in the middle of nowhere. It was early morning and still dark. I knocked on the door in the lit entryway and a chubby little toddler answered the door rubbing his eyes. I said, "Hey little fella. Can you get your dad?" He responded in a grown-ass man voice, "I'm a peepin' major jackass. Jim the damned bill and drop off the speepters." This gave me a nice chuckle. Oh god, I just probably gave a delivery driver a story of their own tonight when they called me to clarify directions. Their number was the same area code as a spam call I got the other day that I answered and actually had a human on it and not a robot. So I assumed it was them again and I answered the call and just said meow instead of hi. Then they asked for me by name like the last spam call did, and I just kept saying meow meow every time he asked me something until he was like, "Ma'am, this is your Postmates driver," and then I died from embarrassment. I have answered some important calls thinking they were spam. Gassy party supply and clown rental. How can I help you? It's very embarrassing, and I don't push my luck now lol. I once answered the phone on an unknown number with "It's done. There's blood everywhere," and hung up. 30 seconds later the phone rang from my work number. The first call was my manager calling from her personal phone to get me to come in early. She was still a little freaked out when I got to work. Lol. Good times.